All right. So we survived the holidays. Everyone, some didn't. Probably why we have a half house. Speaking of holidays, families, any middle childs here?
A lot of
So I'm a middle child, but I didn't have the typical middle child syndrome. In fact, my brother and sister thought that I thought I was better than them, which is weird because I actually didn't think they were that insightful. Strange. Growing up, my dad was this kind of wannabe hippie, and true story, during the LA riots, he made a sandwich board, and it said, "Peace through music." And he put it on, and he went walking down Wilshire Boulevard, and I was like, it's embarrassing. I was like, "Dad, peace through music? You don't even play an instrument." And he looked at me, and he goes, "Shh, shh, shh, peace through music." What do you say after that? My mom, on the other, was a little different. She was really into our dogs, and she would cook for them. Didn't really cook for any of us, but she would cook for them. I'd like wake up in the morning, and she's like over the stove making gravy and scrambled eggs and putting in their dish. And I couldn't figure out how my dogs got all this attention from my mom, and I finally cracked the code. So I peed on the couch twice. But one time, my mom found this thermometer, and she's like, "Oh my God, 100 degrees. Jeff, get in the car. Where's the dog? Where's your sister? Where's your brother? Everyone get in the car. We got to get to the vet." And I'm like, "No, Mom, I have 100-degree temperature." And she's like, "Oh, yeah, you'll be fine. Power through it." Everyone out of the car. But we did do actually one really traditional family thing. We went to the Grand Canyon on a family trip, nice fun bonding time. And my mom loves to revel in the little things. So we're leaving and we stop at this cafe and I'm like, "Mom, so what do you think of the Grand Canyon trip?" And she's like, "It is so great." I'm like, "I know, we spent time together." It's like, "Yeah, the whipped cream at this cafe is great." I'm like, "No, Mom, we spent time together. Isn't it awesome?" "I know, it is awesome. It's not even out of a can." So, my sister Elise, we're getting in the car and we're all driving out, and all of a sudden I realized my sister didn't make it in the car. I'm like, "Where's Elise? Where's Elise?" And she's like, "I don't know, but did you see the scarf on the valet? He's beautiful." Most contact I have with my family now is through Facebook. But speaking of Facebook, I do post a lot, and my friends always tell me, I have a few friends that are like, "Why do you post so much? Why do you put all those articles? And it's so annoying, clogging up my news feed." And I'm like, so I'm going to explain to my friend why I like to go on Facebook and interact. And he's like, wait. Before you tell me, I have to finish this Facebook quiz to figure out which kind of mollusk I am. Squid. That's so mean. And then, I'm on email a lot too. And, I don't know. People get really mad about spam and email ads. I don't know why people get so mad. I've opened every single email ad that I've ever gotten, and I've never received a virus. And now my penis is 23 feet long. It's really worked out. You should try it. So when I'm not doing comedy, I'm actually, I work for the Registrar of Voters. I work in elections, and I'm in this training video. I play a character named Henry the Inspector. And he's really popular. I'm like a celebrity, right? I'm probably the only civil servant who has groupies. And so I try to stay real, try to stay, with the people. And when Malo asked me to come here tonight, I told him I wouldn't charge him for my appearance. I try to stay down to earth. My wife, though, she thinks it might be going to my head. We were coming out of a store on Melrose the other day, and I saw a guy with a camera and a vest, and I ran over to him, and I kicked the camera over, and I knocked him down, and I'm like, "Fuck off, man! No pictures!" And she's like, "Jeff, what are you doing? That guy works for the Public Works Department." Whatever. That guy worked for TMZ. I don't expect you to understand. Real people don't get what we go through. Speaking of my wife, she's half Chinese and half Mexican. That makes her a Chexican. and we have a 10-month-old, and she's great. She's beautiful. She's wonderful. But I'm kind of worried because being half Mexican, half Jew, she's kind of a traffic jam of oppression. I'm really excited though, because when she gets old enough to do chores, I'm only gonna have to pay her $1 to mow my lawn. Come on. Oh, come on, it's not that bad. She's gonna make it up on the back end when she overcharges me for dry cleaning. But you know, I'm gonna sit her down one day, I'm gonna have this talk, and I'm gonna be like, honey, you know, you're gonna be getting all these advantages growing up, affirmative action, you'll get a leg up in hiring, and then one time when you're driving alone at nighttime, you'll be pulled over for no reason at all. It'll be awesome. So, you know, there's weird things you learn when you have kids, is that you know, people like to give you a lot of advice. So people are like, so you gonna research those schools now? I'm like, well, no, she's 10 months old. You don't care about her education. Or this one is, so you're gonna do the snip, and then the circumcision? I'm like, no, it's a girl, what are you talking about? You don't care about her health. Wait, what? You seem to know a lot about kids, huh? How many kids do you have? None. But I have the internet and the WebMD. By the way, you have swine flu. Also, one other thing, the weirdest thing I think about having kids, and I'll leave you with this thought, is, you know, we see those games that people play, right? We all know this one, like, oops, got your nose, what you gonna do, got your nose. It's kind of a weird game if you think about it, because it's sort of like, got your leg, what you gonna do, playing our favorite game, amputee. Or this one, oh, now you see me, now you can't, now you can, now you're abandoned. All right, thanks a lot. I'm Jeff Klein.